then I saw the lamp break open the first of the 7 seals, and I heard one of the 4 living creatures say in a voice that sounded like thunder, "Come." I looked, and there was a white horse. Its rider held a bow, and he was given a crown. He rode out as a conqueror to conquer. Sleeper?
Then the Lamb broke open the 2nd seal, and I heard the 2nd living creature say, "Come." Another horse came out, a red one. Its rider was given the power to bring war on earth so that men could kill each other. He was given a large sword.
Aye, this is what we used to play, the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Yeah, only we thought that the apocalypse was their hideout, you know, the place where they... Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's funny. I don't even remember you.
Actually, he thought that. We didn't question him.
Yeah, you took it for granted. Then the Lamb broke open the 2nd seal, and I heard the 2nd living creature say, "Come." Another horse rode out, a red one. Its rider was given...
Fool?
Oh,
Get your own horse.
I'll get on the other horse, then.
You're afraid of the horse.
Only 1 rider per horse, if you didn't mind. I'll say. Well, you see, Squint, you monkeyed me up.
No, you monkeyed yourself up.
Well, then
Get your own horse.
I do this now. Then the Lamb broke open the 3rd seal, and I heard the 3rd living creature say, "Come." I looked, and there was a black horse. Its rider held a pair of scales in his hand. I heard what sounded like a voice coming from among the 4 living creatures, which said, "A quart of wheat for a day's wages, and 3 quarts of barley for a day's wages. But do not damage the olive trees in the vineyards." You got the famine horse. Yes, I did. Now it's you, Spades. Yeah. Oh, I get death in hell. Then the Lamb broke open the 4th seal, and with the 4th creature, living creature, said, "Come." I looked, and there was the pale-colored horse. Its rider was named Death, and hell followed close behind. They were given authority over 1/4 of the earth to kill by means of war, famine, disease, and wild animals. Yeah, that brings back the days when we played that. But we didn't know what we were doing.
Apparently not.
That's very funny. Now it's you. Go on, clam. Yeah. Then the Lamb broke open the 5th seal. I saw underneath the altar the soul of those who were... That's souls. The soul of those who had been killed because they had proclaimed God's word and had been faithful in their witness. They shout in loud voice, Almighty Lord, holy and true, how long will it be until you judge the people on earth and you punish them for killing us? Each of them was given a white robe, and they were told to rest a little while longer until the complete number of their fellow servant and brother was killed as they had been. Aye, martyrs.
And I saw the Lamb break open the 6th seal, and there was a violent earthquake, and the sun became black like coarse black cloth, and the moon turned completely red like blood. The stars fell down to the earth like unripe figs falling from the tree when the strong wind shakes it. The sky disappeared like a scroll being rolled up, and every mountain and island was moved from its place. Then the kings of the earth, the rulers of and the military chiefs, the rich and the powerful, and the other men, slave and free, hid themselves in caves under rocks in the mountains, and they called out to the mountains and to the rocks, Fall on us and hide us from the eyes of the one who sits on the throne and from the anger of the Lamb. The terrible day of their anger is here, and who can stand up against it?
Oh, man. Well, I'm getting...
Eddie, come on. What are you trying for, a Pulitzer or something?
Eddie's...
Oscar or something?
Eddie's really getting me trembling there. The 144 people of Israel. After this, I saw 4 angels standing at the 4 corners of the earth, holding back the 4 winds, so that no wind should blow on the earth or the sea or against any tree. And I saw another angel coming up from the east with the seal of the living God. He called out in a loud voice to the 4 angels to whom God had given the power to damage the earth and the sea. The angel said, Do not harm the earth, the sea, or the trees until we mark the servants of our God with a seal on their foreheads. they're going to get marked with a good seal. Yeah, not the 666. Yeah. Oh, goodness.
Like that.
And I was told that the number of those who were marked with God's seal on their foreheads was 144,000. They were from the 12 tribes of Israel. 12,000 from each tribe. Judah, Reuben, Gad, Asher, Naphtali, Manasseh, Simeon, Levi, Issachar, Zebulun, Joseph, and Benjamin. Yeah, I'm one of the tribes. Reuben, I've been thinking.
The enormous crowd. After this I looked, and there was an enormous crowd. No one could count all the people. They were from every race, tribe, nation, and language, and they stood in front of the throne of the Lamb, dressed in white robes and holding palm branches in their hands. They called out in a loud voice, "Salvation comes from our God, who sits on the throne, and from the Lamb." All the angels stood around the throne, the elders and the 4 living creatures, and they threw themselves face downward in front of the throne and worshipped God, saying, "Amen. Praise, glory, wisdom, thanksgiving, honor, power, and might belong to our God forever and ever. Amen." One of the elders asked me, "Who are these people dressed in white robes, and where do they come from?" "I don't know, sir." "You do."
Yeah,
I
you didn't
answered.
know.
"I did." "You do," I answered. He said to me, "These are the people who have come safely through the terrible persecution. They have washed their robes and made them white with the blood of the Lamb."
The tribulation saints. I didn't want to be here during the tribulation, even if I would get to ride a horse.
No, you'll just be here for the discombobulation.
Hey, there you go. And the feast. Feasting and drinking. Not you, Cyril. Yes, where was it?
Right there. Wait a minute.
Living creatures.
No.
I had
Like the Lamb. Here. That is why.
That is why they stand before God's throne and serve him day and night in his temple. He who sits on the throne will protect them with his presence. Never again will they hunger or thirst. Neither sun nor any scorching heat will burn them, because the Lamb who is the center of the throne, will be their shepherd, and he will guide them to springs of life-giving water, and God will wipe away every tear from their eyes. That's nice. Isn't that wonderful? That's the new heaven and the new earth. I didn't get ahead of the thing. No.
Some people still don't know the ending of this yet.
Wait just a minute here. We're only on the 7th seal. When the Lamb broke open the 7th seal, there was silence in heaven for about half an hour. Then I saw the 7 angels who stand before God, and they were given 7 trumpets. Uh-oh, here come the trumpets. Another angel who had the gold incense container came and stood at the altar. He was given a lot of incense to add to the prayers of all God's people and to offer it on the gold altar that stands before the throne. The smoke of the burning incense went up with the prayers of God's people from the hands of the angel standing before God. Then the angel took the incense container, filled it with fire from the altar, and threw it on the earth. There were rumblings and peals of thunder, flashes of lightning, and an earthquake. Ooh, another one. The trumpets. Then the 7 angels with the 7 trumpets prepared to blow them. The first angel blew his trumpet. Hail and fire mixed with blood came pouring down on the earth. 1/3 of the earth was burned up. 1/3 of the trees and every blade of green grass. Then the second angel blew his trumpet. Something that looked like a huge mountain on fire was thrown into the sea. 1/3 of the sea was turned into blood. 1/3 of the living creatures in the sea died, and 1/3 of the ships were destroyed. Notice that third. That's the 1/3 of the rebel angels, you know.
Yeah.
That's what that's about.
Sounds like a meteor.
Wow, it does. A big meteor. Yeah, maybe we can figure it out, you know, as we go along. Then the third
I'm
angel...
sure you can.
I'll let you do that, you guys. Then the third angel blew his trumpet. A large star, burning like a torch, dropped from the sky and fell on 1/3 of the rivers and on the springs of water. The name of the star is bitterness. 1/3 of the water turned bitter, and many people died from drinking the water because it had turned bitter.
That was what was wormwood, was that thing that fell.
Oh, yeah. And you shall drink bitter water, as Squint was joking one time. Then the fourth angel blew his trumpet. A third of the sun was struck, and a third of the moon, and a third of the stars, so that their light lost a third of its brightness. There was no light during a third of the day, and a third of the night also. Then I looked, and I heard an eagle that was flying high in the air, saying in a loud voice, "Oh, horror, horror, how horrible it will be for all who live on the earth when the sound, live on earth when the sound comes from the trumpets that the other three angels must blow."
Agnes.
Ew, I got skipped. Why did you butt in like that? I'm sorry, I got carried away. Well, I'm going to blow the fifth trumpet now. The fifth angel blew his trumpet. I saw a star which had fallen down to the earth, and it was given the key to the abyss. The star opened the abyss, and that's an angel, the star. Opened the abyss, and smoke poured out of it, like the smoke from a large furnace. The sunlight and the air were darkened by the smoke from the abyss. Locusts came down out of the smoke upon the earth, and they were given the same kind of power that scorpions have. Okay, now I'll take it, since you already read. They were told not to harm the grass or the trees or any other plant. They could harm only the people who did not have the mark of God's seal on their foreheads. I wonder what that looked like, the seal, God's seal. The locusts were not allowed to kill these people, but only to torture them for 5 months.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, that's lovely. The pain caused by the torture is like the pain caused by a scorpion's sting. During those 5 months, they will seek death, but will not find it. They will want to die, but death will flee from them. Scorpion stings. I wonder if that's some kind of weapon, atomic type of weapon that might
it could be some kind of nuclear disease.
Yeah, some kind of radiation type of thing. No, that comes later, I think, when they start burning. But it's some kind of weapon, I think. Nuclear weapon.
Or it might be like that mustard gas.
Hey, that could be.
Oh, man.
Ew, that would...
Andre?
Oh, my goodness. The locusts look like horses ready for battle. Horses ready for battle. On their heads, they had what seemed to be crowns of gold, and their faces were like men's faces. Their hair was like women's hair. Their teeth were like lions' teeth. What? That sounds like some kind of tanks, or maybe with...
Or maybe
people...
they're rock stars.
Yeah, rock stars with their guitars. I am puzzled. Some kind of... the chests were covered with what looked like iron breastplates, armor, and the sound made by their wings was like the noise of many horse-drawn chariots rushing into battle.
Like I said, rock stars.
It sure sounds like that. It sounds. It does. It is you now.
Run into
The
battle?
devil's music. Right.
Worship me, follow me.
Yeah.
Where is she talking about iron somethings? Oh, into battle. They have tails and stings like those of a scorpion. And it is with their tails that they have the power to hurt people for 5 months.
The guitar chords.
They have a king ruling over them, who is the angel in charge of the abyss. His name in Hebrew is Abaddon. In Greek, the name is Apollyon, meaning the destroyer. Oh, we're all going to die!
Aye, well now, that kind of sounds like the god Apollo, but Apollyon, he guards the abyss. Isn't this awful? Nazi Okalichin. Oh, thank you for bringing in the destroyer.
No, that was Jose.
The first horror is over. After this, there are still 2 more horrors to come. Then the 6th...
My relatives!
Angel blew his trumpet. I heard a voice coming from the 4 corners of the gold altar standing before God. The voice said to the 6th angel, "Release the 4 angels who are bound at the great Euphrates River." The 4 angels were released. For this very hour, of this very day, of this very month and year, they had been kept ready to kill a third of all mankind. Oh, wow. Then I saw the Lamb break open the first of the 7 seals, and I heard one of